Hello everyone, my name is Nikita and I am from the Bodhi Academy. In the last video, we had started and then continued with the lesson Acid, Bases and Salts from 10th Standard Science textbook, and we had covered the part of acids and bases. Today we will be talking about the third part of the chapter, which is the salts. Okay. Now when we talk about salt, the most common thing which comes in our mind is the common salt. Okay, and common salt is chemically called the NaCl, which means sodium chloride. We have already seen that this compound is obtained by the reaction between an acid, which is HCl, plus a base, which is NaOH. Okay, the reaction between these two gives us the salt NaCl. Okay, now where does the sodium chloride we actually obtain? Okay, naturally, where do we get it from? Sodium chloride is naturally obtained from the seawater. Okay, the seawater is a source of many salts like KCl, okay, then other salts, but the major quantity which we use is sodium chloride, which is used as common salt. It is separated from the other salts. So this salt is always present along with its impurities. Okay, along with its impurities, it is present as crystals. Okay, and these crystals are present in the rocks. Okay, from there the salt is mined, the sodium chloride is mined like how coal is mined. Okay, so this is the common salt which we use. Now in this part we will be talking about the properties and the uses of this common salt. Okay, where it is used. First of all, NaCl, it is commonly used as common salt. Okay, common salt. In the second case, it is used as a raw material for the production of NaOH. Okay, now what is NaOH? NaOH is sodium hydroxide. So NaCl is used as the raw material for the production of sodium hydroxide. So how do we get this? Okay, we get this by using a process, by undergoing a process which is called as the chlor-alkali process. Okay, the chlor-alkali process. Now what happens in this chlor-alkali process? In this process, an aqueous solution of sodium chloride is taken. Okay, aqueous solution of sodium chloride means sodium chloride plus water. Okay, sodium chloride plus water, this aqueous solution is called as brine. Okay, now in this solution electricity is passed. Okay, electricity is passed and it is taken in a beaker. Two electrodes are placed in the solution and electricity is passed. So after electrolytic decomposition of this, the products produced are NaOH, okay, plus chlorine plus hydrogen. Okay, this chlorine gas is produced at the anode. Okay, and NaOH and hydrogen both are released at the cathode electrode. Okay, that's the reason this process is called as the chlor-alkali process. Chlor for chlorine and alkali for NaOH. Okay, the bases are called as alkalis. When bases in water, they are called as alkalis. So chlor for chlorine and alkali for NaOH, which is produced. Therefore, this process is called as the chlor-alkali process. We can see in this diagram, okay, that this is the anode electrode and this is the cathode electrode. The aqueous solution of NaCl is called as brine. Okay, now the chlorine is released at the anode electrode and hydrogen is released at the cathode. Also the NaOH which is formed is released at the cathode. Okay, now this reaction is important for the production of NaOH. Okay, now further what happens over here? So we have seen that there is production of NaOH. There is production of NaOH. Now from this NaOH, okay, this NaOH we can also produce something called as bleaching powder. Bleaching powder, okay, and the chemical formula for this is CaOCl2. Okay, now what happens over here? The chlorine released, now NaOH is a main product, okay, but we have seen that chlorine also is released in this process. The chlorine released in this process is used for the production of bleaching powder. So one of the reactant for the production of bleaching powder is chlorine. Now the second reactant is dry slaked lime. What do we understand by this? It is calcium hydroxide. Okay, dry slaked lime. So it is made to react. The chlorine is passed over this dry slaked lime, and this leads to the production of calcium oxychloride. Okay, which is bleaching powder. So we have a second product over here, which is bleaching powder. Okay. Now the main important thing over here is the production of bleaching powder, and secondly also the applications of bleaching powder. What are the applications of bleaching powder? So one of the application of bleaching powder is it is used for bleaching, okay, bleaching the clothing material, okay, bleaching clothes and other material, and it is also used as an oxidizing agent, okay, and it is used as the disinfectant, okay, it is used as a disinfectant. Okay, so this is the second product produced. Now the third product which is produced is the baking soda. Baking soda. The chemical formula of baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay. Now how is this produced? This is produced by using the reaction, okay, the reaction which includes NaCl, plus carbon dioxide plus ammonia, okay, plus water, which leads to the formation of sodium hydrogen carbonate plus ammonium chloride. Okay, so sodium hydrogen carbonate is formed, which is baking soda. Now why do we use baking soda? Baking soda is mostly used in the kitchen, okay, for making crispy pakoras, okay, which will, now what is the application of this? Why baking soda is used? This is very important. Okay, baking soda is used because when baking soda is heated, okay, when the sodium hydrogen carbonate, when it is heated, under heat, it leads to the production of sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide is released. Now this gas released helps in making the crispy pakoras crispy and fluffy. Okay, so this is the application of this gas, because this is used in the production of crispy pakoras. Why it is used? Because when sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated, it leads to the production of sodium carbonate and carbon dioxide gas is released, which helps in making the things fluffy and crispy. Okay, now this is the first application. Second application is that it is used in the production of baking powder. Okay, baking powder which is used in making cakes or other bakery products. Okay, in the baking powder, how is baking powder made? Baking powder is produced using baking soda, okay, baking soda plus a mild tartaric acid, very mild tartaric acid or any mild acid, but the acid should be mild. Okay, over here we can use the tartaric acid. So this solution, this entire thing represents baking powder. Okay, now so the first application is when it is heated, it produces carbon dioxide, so it is used for making crispy pakoras. Secondly is for the production of baking powder, and third is it is used in soda acid fire extinguishers. Okay, thirdly it is used in okay. Now the last product which we will be studying under this is the washing soda. Okay, washing soda, and the chemical name is sodium carbonate 10H2O. Okay, 10H2O means sodium carbonate plus it has 10 molecules of water. Okay, now we had seen that over here, in this reaction, when you heat sodium bicarbonate, you get sodium carbonate. Okay, this sodium carbonate can be used for the production of the washing soda. So this sodium carbonate is used for the production of washing soda. So sodium carbonate plus 10H2O, okay, leads to the production of sodium carbonate point 10H2O, which is washing soda. Okay, now important are the applications of washing soda. So washing soda is used as a cleansing agent, and it is also used in the manufacture of a compound called as borax. So here we have learned the production of different components or different useful substances and compounds from one raw material, that is NaCl. And this is a very important part of this chapter. Okay, so to start with, NaCl, which is common salt obtained from the seawater, it is produced by this reaction which combines HCl and NaOH, as acid and a base. Okay, now NaCl is used first of all as a directly, it is used as a common salt. Second, production of NaOH, it is used as a raw material directly for the production of NaOH, and this process is called as a chlor-alkali process, which includes the electrolytic decomposition of the aqueous solution of sodium chloride, which is called as brine. Okay, now this over here we get NaOH, which is a base. Now the chlorine produced in this process is used for the production of bleaching powder, which is calcium oxychloride. Okay, it is produced by reaction of chlorine with calcium hydroxide, which leads to the production of calcium oxychloride. Then we have to study the applications. Okay, this is the second compound. The third compound obtained from NaCl is sodium hydrogen carbonate, which is commonly called baking soda. Now this is produced by the reaction of NaCl plus carbon dioxide plus ammonia and water. You get sodium hydrogen carbonate plus ammonia chloride. Now this can also be used for the production of baking powder. Wherein you add a mild tartaric acid for the production of baking powder. Okay, so over here the application is important. That is, the question will be baking soda is used for making crispy pakoras. The reason, you have to say that baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate chemically, and when heated, when cooking it is heated. So when heated, it leads the production of sodium carbonate and carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide which is released helps in making the food fluffy and also crispy. That's the reason it is used. Okay, and the last compound under this that we have studied is washing soda, which is sodium carbonate 0.10H2O. It contains 10 molecules of water of crystallization. This is produced by the action of sodium carbonate, which is produced by the heating of sodium hydrogen carbonate, the action of that with 10 molecules of water, and you get sodium carbonate 0.10H2O, which is commonly called washing soda. So this is all what we need to know about the salt part, when the compounds formed from the salt. In this part, what is important is the production of each compound and the reactions, the equations which are present in each compound, and more important is the application of each compound. And also the other important thing is the chlor-alkali process and the application of baking soda, which are the most frequently asked questions in the Goa Board 10th standard exam. Okay, so we are left with the last part of the chapter, and some here and there some parts are left which will be covered in the next video. So thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel.